Ready Player One. Choose your character.
So you're about to start your journey into the world of watches, and you want something Swiss-made, stylish, reliable, and affordable. It's a bit like picking your first video game character. You need someone versatile, well-rounded, and future-proof, capable of holding their own well into the late game or until you decided to upgrade. And choosing your first watch isn't actually all that different. You want something that's cool, affordable, and timeless. And when it comes to picking the best Swiss starter watch, I think there's one clear winner.
You've selected the Tissot PRX.
Hello, I'm Zaid and welcome to an episode of Dial Odyssey. So you've decided to start a new game and it's called The Incredibly Interesting Yet Financially Irresponsible World of Watches. The aim is to build a watch collection while somehow keeping your bank account alive. But you want to have a Swiss watch and you don't mind if it's quartz or automatic. As it's the beginning of the game, you don't have much money, perhaps no more than $500, but you want to make what you have stretch the furthest, so you have a few options. The Tissot Everytime, the Tissot PRX Quartz, the Swatch Moon Swatch, the Swatch System 51, and the Hamilton Khaki Field Quartz. Make no mistake, these are all great watches and personal favorites of mine, but you can only choose one. Interestingly, the only automatic watch here is the Swatch System 51, the rest are all quartz. You may also want to consider something with a bit of legacy and history. The Tissot Everytime, the Swatch System 51 and the Moon Swatch are all relatively recent watches, whereas the Hamilton Khaki Field and the Tissot PRX have a fair bit of history, with the Khaki Field Quartz debuting in the 1980s and the original version of the Tissot PRX debuting even earlier in 1978. So it's actually pretty close between them. Both offer plenty of value and history for their money, but they are fundamentally different. One is a tool watch, the other is a sports watch. In my opinion, the PRX has a slight edge thanks to its higher water resistance of 100 meters and slightly lower in price. But it also has a special ability, and that is its integrated bracelet design. The PRX, being an integrated sports watch, has one of the best bracelets I've seen at any price point. I've tried on bracelets from watches costing 10 times more and none have impressed me as much as the PRX. It's thin yet feels reassuringly heavy, it perfectly plays with the light at every angle and it feels so comfortable. You could wear it whilst running or playing sports and it would look just as sharp when paired with formal attire. So you could easily dress it up or down. It's also a unisex design and it comes in a wide array of colors, this mint green being my favorite, and as summer approaches I feel like it's a great summer watch. You can buy the PRX in quartz or automatic, however the automatic is more expensive than our $500 budget, and to be honest, I think even if you had the money for the automatic, I think there's a strong argument to stick with the quartz. After all, the original PRX was a quartz model, so it's more faithful to its roots. You get the same dimensions and more importantly you get the same exceptional bracelet. Whereas the automatic has a textured waffle dial, there's just something about the flat dial design of the quartz that feels very crisp, clean and sharp, and it just nicely complements the overall aesthetic of the watch. But despite its very appealing specs and price, you're also buying into the interesting history of the PRX. It debuted in 1978 under the name Sea-Star Quartz and was introduced as a refreshingly affordable option during the genesis of the extremely popular integrated bracelet sports watch trend initiated by AP's Royal Oak in 1972. Ultimately, it strengthened Tissot's position in the market after the quartz crisis. However, at some point in the 1980s, the PRX was discontinued. But just like when the movie Fight Club was released, it was not initially appreciated for the masterpiece it's regarded as today. But in 2021, to the delight of watch enthusiasts, Tissot reintroduced the PRX, staying remarkably faithful to its original 1978 design, and today it stands as one of Tissot's best-selling watches. It's now time to rate the archetype of the greatest Swiss starter watch. Thanks to its very competitive price, solid specs, excellent and iconic design, and interesting history, I believe the PRX embodies the Odysseus archetype. Odysseus represents the leader in its field, and the PRX Quartz certainly leads in its class. Hard to beat and impossible to go wrong with. Affordable, iconic, and versatile. It's a future-proof addition to any watch collection. The PRX Quartz will always be effortlessly cool. So what do you think? Is the PRX Quartz the greatest Swiss starter watch, or can you think of an alternative? Let me know in the comments. Stay tuned for next episode and see you next time.